Mr. Deputy Speaker, if I may say, I really do think people right across this House and indeed across this country have got to be utterly realistic and honest about this and accept that everything has now changed. I know that in my own constituency, I found very few angry Remainers. Now, I know there are many angry Remainers. It tends to be a London-based thing, and the results in London for the Conservative Party say it all. But certainly in my constituency, very few angry Remainers. What there is an acceptance of the result and almost a resignation. It's not an agreement. It's no welcome, especially from those members in my constituency, people who run their own businesses. They didn't welcome the result. They don't welcome the fact that we're leaving the European Union, but they have accepted the referendum result, and their message and their plea now is us to come together and get the best deal that we can in the national interest. And that is why I am so pleased that already we are seeing changes in the approach, and many other honourable and right honourable members have expressed that. And I do repeat much of what was said actually from the front bench about the need to change the tone. My own front bench has to wake up and understand that things have now changed. The rhetoric has to be dropped. This slogan, no deal is better than a bad deal, is a nonsense. It's always been a nonsense, and the British people know it, and that is why they voted as they did on June the 8th. And I mean, nobody likes somebody being very smart, but I am going to have to say this. I stood up in this place, on this spot, on 2 occasions, and I warned honourable and right honourable friends on this side of the House of the dangers of ignoring the 48% and the young in particular. And I use that expression. Many young people who voted Remain believe an older generation have stolen their future. And the result was there on June the 8th. I hate to have been proved right, but I was proved right. Look at the demographics of those results, and as you see, almost mirrored from the referendum. The older people were, the more likely they were to have voted Conservative. The younger ones, and that obviously in my terms, Sir Davies, is anybody under the age of about 50. But look at those demographics. Look at what happened. People under the age of 45, more of them voted Labour in that election. Now, of course, it's profoundly ironic that people who voted Remain then went and voted for the leader of the opposition and the Labour Party, a man who gave Remain a very lukewarm 7.5 out of 10. It is profoundly ironic. And if I may say to honourable members opposite, they too now have to wake up and accept the reality of the situation they are, because they have promised many of those people things which they may not be able to deliver on. So when they talk about the customs union, the single market and immigration, they have now got to say what they mean and stop being cowards about it. If you think you want the benefits of the customs union, have the I nearly said a word which is very unparliamentary. Have the courage to stand up and say that. Make the case, make the argument, as we now need to do, to make the case and make the argument about the benefits of immigration. Finally, this is a great country. We still have a very good economy. We have a great, bright future in front of us. That's not because of the fact that we're leaving the European Union. It's despite it. We now need to make sure we have the education and training to seize those opportunities.